Hello and welcome to Birdies and Bogies with Bazza. What do you reckon? 2018. It's all going to change this year. We're going for it. Worked hard this winter, practicing, lessons, coaching, tea time, golf centre, equipment. It's all going on. Posh balls and everything. What can I say? I've got questions to answer. I've got my views on who's going to win the Masters. Tell you what, we'll get straight at it. We'll just no messing about. None of that rambling on like I used to do in car. We're in the studio now, so let's start professional. In my shed. So, where do I start? New name for the YouTube channel. I put it out there on Twitter last week and I had some awesome feedback. I had loads of suggestions, must have been 40 odd suggestions, and some of them I just could not repeat anyway if I wanted to be honest. But some of them were awesome, some of them were really good, and then I had a private message come through when I'd sort of pretty much made my mind up, well at least I thought I had, where someone suggested stick to the 3 Bs, and it was a case of birdies, beers and bazza, or birdies, bogies and bazza, and I thought that the birdies and bogies with bazza sort of opened it out to a few more people, you know what I mean? I don't mind a beer with the right people, you know, but you know, it's thought we'll open it up because I mean, some of the suggestions were awesome. No Limits Golf, I thought that was a great one. I really like that one. But I would like to try and incorporate a bit of that. I'd like to try and play a bit of golf with people that feel limited towards playing golf. More acceptance in golf, etc. They've let me on a golf course, they should let anybody on a golf course. You know what I mean? Well, you know, it's just one of them sports, I think, where it's just got that. I'm rambling on. We're not rambling on. Cut. Let's take this seriously. So, new name for the YouTube channel. Birdies and Bogies with Bazza. Tell me what you think. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. And it's got a bit of a ring to it. Makes the channel sound a bit more approachable. See what happens. It does mean I'm going to have to get some birdies. I went out for my first round of golf on Sunday last week. I shot an 89, which is 2 over par net. 16 handicap, so 71, so it was 2 over. So I was really actually well pleased with that. I was very pleased with that even, because I hit some really good shots, and more rewarding than anything was coming off the tee, because that's where I used to lose a lot of shots. So where I shot into 80s, I'd usually be well into the 90s because I'd lose at least 5 or 6 shots just off the tee. So big up again to Dan Webster, because changing that shaft in that driver has made a massive difference, and that 3-wood as well. I hit a beauty down the 17th, a beauty. It shaped it round the it was a cracker. I'm getting Game Golf back on. I've just downloaded Game Golf again. If you've not got that, look into that, Game Golf Live, because it records every single shot that you make, and with what club, what distance, etc, and then it also does a bit of a analytics setup where you can actually go in and see how many greens in regulations you're making, and basically you can judge your game on whether or not it's been good, bad, ugly, or what you need to work on, what's good. etc. And it'll also give you what your longest drive is over the year and all sorts of stuff. So 100 yards and in, etc, etc. So I'm looking to get that back out. In fact, that's back out in the bag tomorrow. So I'm out tomorrow with 10-12 lads from up at Staining Lodge, Ron and the crew, the old trustees up there. Now these lads are running and playing in the Handicap League for Staining Lodge, and hopefully I can get out there tomorrow, and I will be trying quite hard. I'll be very careful, I'll be very thoughtful of the shot I'm going to make. I'll be trying tomorrow. I'm hoping I can take the camera up there tomorrow as well and have a bit of a crack with it, lads, but I will be trying to beat that 89. So if I can go around there in 16 over par, my handicap, then I'm well on track for this time of the year. So that's the target tomorrow. We'll see how we get on. So I said I'm going to get straight into questions. I haven't done. I've probably been rambling on for 20 minutes already. So we're going to go with the first question. These are all on my last vlog previous to this. This question comes from Adam Butters. As some of you may know, just acquired a 3-wood Rogue. Adam says that he'd take good care of my old 3-wood. I'm sorry, Adam, but that's already been given on to Paul Branch, who's my chuckle brother, my partner in crime, my drinking buddy, my best pal, whatever you want to call him. Burnley boy, 6-fingered. Well, he's a lovely lad. But yeah, he's took that off my hands, so I'm hoping to see him belt one down the fairway with that, to be honest with you. So sorry, Adam, but obviously if it was there it could have been yours, but sorry about that, pal. So I've got a first question here, comes from Sam Townsend. Now Big Sam, we all know Big Sam, he's been on Barmy Army Tour. Me, him, Liam and Potter went up to North Berwick and Glen beginning of last Easter I think it was, actually, for a charity event on behalf of Liam got us all up there, got us all together. Great dude, Big Sam. So Sam says, when can he and Potter get a rematch against me and Liam, Golf Lugs UK, Liam Harrison, to reclaim their £5 that they lost in North Berwick? Well, anytime as far as I'm concerned. Give Liam a shout, take it up with him, and I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to sort something out in the future for that one, defo. But then he says, on a serious note, who's going to win the Masters? That's easy. Could be anybody. Could be absolutely anybody this year. It's just gone. I think that's the benefit of the golf. I think that golf seems to be in a really, really good place at the moment as regards, there's no consistency. It's like Formula 1. You know what Formula 1's like? You know when, I don't know if you're a Formula 1 fan or not, but you generally always have that one, whether it's the car, the driver, whatever it is, there's something that gels that full year, that it's theirs. And Hamilton's it's been like it, and in the last couple of years, battery and everything. He's got the car, he's a great driver. You know, it's creamy. But you start getting bored, don't you? You start getting bored with knowing who's going to end up winning. Well, I do, personally. So, I've sort of took a back step from Formula 1. Like, I used to love Formula 1 at one point, but when we're talking Formula 1, we're talking golf, we're talking the Masters. So, Sergio, could Sergio do it 2 years in a row? Good enough. DJ, no one would ever begrudge Rory. No one could ever begrudge Rory. I mean, it's the one he needs, isn't it? You know, it's, and I think it's deserved. whether it's going to be this year, next year, year after, he will win it. There's no question about it. 1 year he will win it. I'm pretty sure of that. Whether or not it's going to be this year, is he ready for coming back? I don't know. I think it's just there's been this said, that said. I don't take any notice of media, to be honest with you, when it comes down to stuff like that. I'd rather hear it from himself, really, see how he's getting on. But you just think of the logical side of things. I mean, he's just got married, so he's going to be on nest, isn't he? You know, he's been busy, old lad. Who wants to go and play golf and all that? Give it a couple of years when he can't wait to get out of the house because she's nagging or whatever else, you know. And he'll focus back on his golf again, maybe more than what he probably has done the last couple of years. He's got that much natural ability, hasn't he, that lad? He's just a great golfer, isn't he? But will it be this year? Don't know. We'll see. You can't rule the Matsuyama. I mean, they're all like there's a list of Ram. You could just peel the names off, couldn't you? You could just peel the names off. If I was going to stick my neck out, I'd narrow it down a bit and say it's going to be a Callaway staffer. How's that? That's my answer. It's going to be a Callaway staffer. In fact, I'm going to go to Bucky's and put a tenner on that. It'll be a Callaway staffer. Right. So I hope that's answered your question, Sam. If not, we'll take it up further when me, you, Liam and Potter meet up and you try and get that fiver back off the old boys. Whatever. Right, so another question comes from Sean Hargreaves. Sean's active on Twitter, he's a nice lad. Who or what got you into golf, and at what age did you first start to play seriously? What a great question that is. I mean, who or what got you into golf? So, I've got a neighbour over the road. 12 years ago, he was throwing a set of golf clubs away. I said, do you want these? I said, I'll have them. Why not? Went out driving range with them a couple of times. Had a knock. Enjoyed it. A couple of mates started playing. I went along. Had a knock. Enjoyed it even more. And then it just became a bit of an excuse then to basically go somewhere with lads. So rather than just going down pub or going to watch match or whatever else, it was a case of going out and doing something. Do you know what I mean? I was at that point then where, because I used to play football, I used to do a bit of football, did a bit of boxing. So physically, I didn't really have anything that I was doing. It was work. Work was my physical pastime, if you will. I didn't have a physical anything physically entertaining. So taking golf up what seemed to be a bit of a good crack. It was easier on my knees and my ankles. That's where I suffered a bit of football. So it just gave me something a reason to get out and do a sport. And yeah, I got the bug. I definitely got the bug, but never really took it up that seriously. We'll go back to that question. At what age did you first start to play? What age did you first start to play seriously? So he's brought that up. So that's how I started in golf. I got a set of clubs given, and I was just playing casually, basically through with pals and stuff. Now, started taking golf seriously on the 2nd of November 2016. That's the day that Rory McIlroy answered my request on Facebook. It's when he had food poisoning. He was in Shanghai, so he was laid up with food poisoning, so he was playing about on his phone, and I just put a cheeky request in, any chance I could have one of your old drivers. You don't expect him to answer that, do you? You know what I mean? But he did. 10 minutes later, he answered it. Yeah, no worries, Barry. Send me your address. I'll get the lads to send. I'll get my team to send you me 2013. No, I didn't say 2013. I'll get me lads to send you me night covert driver. And then that came through post a couple of weeks later, and then it just went stupid. I mean, me, golf, me, however you want to look at it, it just went mental. Phone off the hook, messages, all sorts going on, magazines. It was all over the internet, everywhere on the internet. It got to the point where I had to come off Facebook because, well, all my pals, my family, everybody were even sick of hearing about it, you know what I mean? And that's why I went onto Twitter. Shortly after that, actually, I went onto Twitter and set up the Twitter name @Rory's Driver, original, where I've since then met so many people around the golfing community that have just opened, welcomed me with open arms and been great to speak to and link up with, even YouTubers, suppliers, everybody. So I'm going to use this. Thank you. If you're watching this, any of you, thank you. It's been great. It's been a pleasure. So that's when I started taking it seriously, Sean. Also answers your question. But it's been mental, mate. This last 2 years has been mental. Unfortunately, circumstances haven't allowed me to pursue it as much as I would have liked. But priorities take over. So family life is everything. Work life, you prioritise it, don't you? And for the last couple of years, it's not been high on my priority list, unfortunately. But this year, hopefully, things have turned around a little bit. We've worked exceptionally hard this last 18 months with work to try and get ourselves in front financially, which means I can try and squeeze a day off here and there, etc. So yeah, it's looking a lot more productive this year. Just signed up again with Staying in Lodge. Handicap's dealt with. Handicap League, few tournaments, few competitions, meet up with strangers, meet up with pals. I'm looking forward to it. Next question. So my next question comes from told Jeff Smith, again, another chap I've met through Golf Vlogs UK, and the Golf Mates scene and the Barmy Army tour in Marmano. Now Jeff asks, what has been your lowest handicap and when was it? Right, Jeff, my lowest handicap to date has been 15.8, and that was early last year. I'm now 15.9, so pretty much progression. It's where I'm at. I've got to get to 14 handicap to be able to play in this handicap league. So that's the goal, is to achieve that, which means I can get out and play in competitions. So I'm really looking forward to that, and play some local courses, some great local courses that are included in that, obviously. So that's the target, getting down to 14 this year, and then I'm just going to see how it goes. I mean, I'm not taking it ridiculously seriously. I want to go out and enjoy it most of all. I think I've managed to get a few stuff in the bag this year, this winter. I mean, that Dan sorted out a new shaft out for me on this drive. I've got a much slower swing speed shaft in that, because I've got a swing change going on at the moment where I'm trying to focus on that swing plane. Had a few lessons with Nick Taylor and Stack and Tilt. They've really have paid dividend. I'm feeling really I'm feeling a lot more comfortable over the ball these days. The swing is starting to feel a lot easier now. I have practiced a lot. I do practice a lot. Even when I've not got a club in my hand, I still occasionally find myself just walking around the house, giving it all this, walking around the job, giving it all this, got a brush in my hand, whatever. I'll just have a bit of a practice, just keep that old turn and that on that one plane. So that's this winter. The work's been going in there, so we've been hard at it. So bring it on. That's what I say. Bring it on. We've got another question, and this one. Now, Mark, I've known for a while. So James May Trainers. So Mark Audley, James May Trainers. What are your goals for this season? E.g. sub 14 handicap, 15 rounds this year, 3 competitions, etc, etc. So not really given that much thought, but until I got that question, and now I can't stop thinking about it. I am actually going to do a list of targets where what I've just done, I've just linked back up again with the game golf, so that will obviously assist in me results, so it'll help me keep an eye on where I'm at with it. So I'm going to use game golf to come up with some targets as to what I want to be aiming for. Now, personal targets, I've loads of personal targets, couple of massive ones this year, the biggest of which is smoking, is stopping smoking. That is something that I'm trying to get into my mind at the moment, to get round to and really just grit my teeth and just go for it. I'm working towards that, working really hard towards that, weighing up my options at the moment. But when I do it, I want to do it. I don't want to just keep saying I'm going to do it. I just don't want to keep putting it off. I really just want to find that moment and just say that's enough is enough. That's my biggest personal target this year, is stopping smoking. As for golf, so long as I'm enjoying it, I don't care. So if I'm enjoying the golf, if I'm enjoying the company, if I'm enjoying just being out on a course, just enjoying the view. There's so many different aspects of golf that you can just enjoy, whether it's the social aspect, the competition aspect, the skill aspect, the challenge of it. I mean, it's one of them games where it's just a totally different game every single time you play it, because you just don't know how you're going to be swinging, you don't know how you're going to be feeling the putting, how you're going to be able to read the greens, all circumstantial and everything else that comes into it. But golf's just one of them games the way 2 rounds are just never completely the same. So, but you should always be able to find a positive in it, surely. So providing I keep finding that positive in a round of golf, then I'm not overly concerned on golf targets. There are some that I'd like to achieve. I mean, there's some courses I'd love to play, so maybe that's what I want to be doing. There's some people I'd love a round of golf with, so maybe that should be on the list somewhere. There's certain tournaments that I'd love to go and see. The Open, for example, I've never been to see the Open. The closest I went to that so far, I went up to Donald Links, to St Andrews, where they were playing at the King's Barns. I actually drove up there 5.5 hours. I walked around the course for 9 hours. The majority of it I walked around with a young Alfie Plant. I don't know if you've come across Alfie Plant and his crew. they were lovely. They were absolutely awesome. He actually is an ambassador for these guys. Freddie Farmer Foundation, working with disabled children, which is why I sort of gave me a thing to break the ice with, really, because it's something that's close to my heart as well as a lot of other people's, you know. So it was, it basically, he came off the green, he came off the 6th green, of which I'd just been speaking with his dad. I went and actually met his dad there. It was arranged through a friend of ours, who I've met off Twitter as well, Stuart. He said, yeah, he's up there, he's waiting for you, you'll see him, look for Alfie Plant. So I looked through the old menu, the timesheet, look where he was, look where he'd be, went up, met him, his dad was there. Oh, you must be Barry? It looked beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Then Alfie came over, took a photo with me, you know, and he's playing in the King's Barnes tournament. And then the last half dozen holes, I was walking in the ropes. I was walking in the ropes, just behind the caddies, just looking at the course and admiring it. And the only thing that was missing was my set of clubs. Honestly, beautiful. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to play a couple of courses up in Scotland, and Kings Barnes, while I was there, I just really wanted to hit one down them fairways, you know what I mean, just one of them. But to go up to the Open at Carnoustie this year, I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. As far as I'm concerned, that'd be pretty awesome. That it falls on the same weekend as the Barmy Army Tour in Stoke, though, so it could be a massive decision. That could be a massive decision. So we'll see, but we'll see what comes out, see what happens on that score, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, but yeah, that again, it's something that's not out of reach. It's possible. Playing the Belfry, you can just phone up and book it and get a bargain, can't you? You know, get an absolute bargain, peanuts, Sunday, Monday, whatever. So yeah, I'd love to go down and play Belfry, just to say I've been there, played it. Forest of Arden, the list is massive. I'm going to start writing lists out here. I'm going to put court board up here, and it's going to have all my scorecards on it. I'm going to have a little tray over here that's got all my tokens in from every course I've played. I'm going to start saving golf balls. I'm going to start collecting golf balls from rounds where I've got all the way around 18 holes with one ball. I've only ever done it once, and that was the Roman Road at Celtic Manor. I shot a 94 with one ball. Never done it since, never done it before, and that's going back 6 years. It must be 6 years ago, that. So there you go, Mark, there's one of my first targets. By the end of May, I'll have gone round a golf course with just one ball. Gives me what, 6 weeks? Half a dozen rounds? Yeah. It's not out of reach, that. It's doable. I only lost one last week. One ball. Shot an 89, lost one ball. It was a Truvis. Went in blue stakes. You're not allowed to go in and look for it, are you? Can't wait to try these buggers. What about breaking 85? There you go. I'm going to break 85. Break 85. That'd be 2 under par net. Well on track then, aren't I? So I'm going to do that. This year I'm going to break 85. In fact, no. This year I'm going to break 82. There you go, Mark. That's my target for this year, is breaking 82. Bring it on. So, run out of questions. If you want to ask any more, feel free. Click like, dislike, whatever you want, makes no odds. People that like it, people that don't, just don't tune in next time. There you go. Plenty of other channels out there, loads of people doing this sort of stuff. Just everyone just do what they want, don't do it because they feel they need to. I do this because, well, simply I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the social side of it. I enjoy the doors it opens. I enjoy whatever it comes along, you know. It's just another feather in the bow. I've got a record of my own little golf life. So if it's for no one else, it's for me. So I'm doing it for me. There you go. Like the Galvin Green, by the way. I'll talk about these one day. They are class. I know. I've always dissed them. Honestly, I've always dissed them. I've just thought, what a bunch of overpriced, load of crap. And I've always, honestly, I've just dissed them because, well, probably because I couldn't afford one. But then I won one. And when you wear one, they're so comfy. The manoeuvrability, the waterproofness, the heat that they retain. I honestly, I'm blown away. I'm seriously really chuffed with how good they are. And I'm not just giving it the beans and crap. I seriously am chuffed to bits on how well made and how, yeah, they're alright. They're alright. So, thumbs up, thumbs down, follow this, follow that. You know where I am. If you don't know where I am by now, ask somebody. Somebody will find me. If you don't know who I am, I'm just a builder from Barnsley that now lives in Blackpool. I've done for 20 odd years. Loads of kids. They're all working hard. They're all going to uni. They're all doing this, that and the other. I'm a grafter. Look at the state of my hands. Look at all scratches and cuts, and I don't know how I'm going to grip my bloody driver with that tomorrow, to be honest. That's going to hurt, but get used to it. I'm pretty overweight, pretty ugly, got massive tabs. Look at the size of the tabs. I just saw myself in camera then, and I thought of Lee Westwood for a minute. Sorry, Lee. Instagram, Barry Edwards 75. Twitter, @Rory's Driver. YouTube, Birdies and Bogies with Bazza. What do you think of that? What do you reckon? What do you reckon to the background? We'll try some different one. We'll try a different studio. See what next studio looks like. It's alright, isn't it? Birdies and Bogies with Bazza. So, get out there, enjoy your golf. I'll let you know how we get on tomorrow, probably next week. May do this once a week, maybe a couple of times a week, because this is pretty easy. Just doing this, sat in my shed, having a cuppa. Everyone's gone bed. Neighbours might be thinking, who the bloody hell am I talking to, but hey, whatever. Give us some questions. I like that. That's easy. That's easy. That'll stop me rambling on about crap. Just give us some questions and we'll get them answered best I can. Not too technical though, because, well, I'm a bit thick. Let's meet up one day, have a crap, go golf, pint, whatever. I'm going for now. Take care. See you soon. Ciao. Ciao. Ciao's so wrong. Ciao doesn't work, does it? Bye.